So we have some factors here, and we're going to solve them on the side. So these have already been factored. I have a 2 outside. I've got x minus 3 and 2x plus 1, and they're equal to 0. So we got to figure out what's going to make this equal to 0. Now this 2 on the outside is a distractor. He doesn't have a variable, so he's not giving any value to this. But we've got x minus 3, and what would make that factor 0? Well, do the opposite, so plus 3, so positive 3. And then we've got 2x plus 1, so what would make that 0? Well, we've got to undo the plus 1, so minus 1. And we've got to undo the times 2 with a divide 2. And there you go, it's all solved. For my next one here, what would make 2x equal to 0? That one does have a variable, so you can't just throw it away like that one. So 2 times 0 would make that 0. And we've got to undo the subtract with the plus 5. And undo the times 3 with the divide 3. So 5/3 positive. Now I'm going to help you with this example over here, 53, because it's got a lot going on. I didn't factor this one already for you. You've got to factor it and solve it. So the first thing we need is the equals 0. So we've got to get all this stuff away from the side. So I need to add this 2 to its other constant over here. That means it doesn't have a variable. It's its like term. And I need to subtract the 6x squared to its 7x squared over here. Again, it's like term. So I've got 7 minus 6, which is 1x squared. I've got my negative x in the middle, and then negative 42 plus 2 is negative 42. Now that it equals 0, we're going to go over here and use our x to solve. So my first times my last, that's 1 times negative 42. And then I've got a ninja 1 right there in the middle, so negative 1 right there. So what multiplies to negative 42? Adds to negative 1. Well, 6 and 7 are 1 apart. Let's just fix the sign by making the bigger one negative. So I've got really x squared plus 6x minus 7x minus 42. So I've taken my negative 1x and I've split it into my 6 and my negative 7. So let's just do some factor by grouping real quick. So pair them off. X and x, so they have an x in common with a x plus 6 left over. If you lead with a negative, make sure you always pull that out. So 7 goes into 42, pull it out. So you get x, and then negative 42 divided by negative 7 is going to be positive 6. So that fixed our sign for us. So we have two factors here, the insides and the outsides. And all I need to do now is actually solve them, because this one is equal to 0. So what would make my positive 6 equal to 0? A negative 6. What would make my minus 7 equal to 0? A positive 7. And that's all done.